All right, everybody, we have a Crash Bandito video today. I think this is the newest one. We're gonna go and take a look at it. We're gonna go over Crash and some close calls. He's having a fun time in his wheelies. But let's take a look. All right, so we're gonna go over the plan method. We're gonna go ahead and turn this into a safety exercise.
A rider in La Luz Trail, New Mexico.
La Luz Trail.
Through a lot of turns when one rider leaned in just a bit too far.
These guys are having a little fun. Let's see. Okay, so lean too far, probably low side. Let's take a look at this. So nice curves, having some fun, really racing it. And there it is. Interesting. You typically see someone go
The biker said he attempted
wide.
to pass another rider midterm, but crossed the double yellow line.
Double yellow,
causing his front wheel to slip out.
Didn't look like it was a double yellow.
What do you think caused the crash? Let me know in
Well, he's got some knobbies on, so it's going to cause a little bit of traction loss. That's a fun-looking
the
bike,
comments
though.
below. Mid-turn passes are quite risky. They cut your margin for error, and crossing the double yellow line can mean unstable pavement. Always pass on a straight and clear section.
Okay, I like that Crash Bandito put that out, that you want to pass on a clear and straight section, because when you're leaning over, you're using traction for that turn, and then when you have to speed up the pass and lean even further to cross over here, you're using too much traction. So when you're vertical, much easier. You have more traction to apply for that acceleration. So when we got here, he said that he went over the double yellow, but we started to fall before getting the double yellow. So right here, though, oh, we don't have our pen out. We're going to go over just a little bit. And so what he's doing is that he's accelerating, obviously, in the turn. He's turning really hard, leaning in. And so we have a little bit of traction. So the moment he tries to push it in even further, the turning, to go for that pass, to get over here, obviously, to pass, we accelerate too hard, we lean too hard, we lost traction. We didn't hit the double yellow. So what he was talking about when it comes to the double yellow is that, yeah, this is all grippy stuff. This is all asphalt. It's basically like sandpaper, if you really want to think about it. And then when you get over paint, it kind of fills in that sandpapery area. So now it's more smooth. And so what he's trying to get at here is that once you cross the double yellow in a turn, it becomes smooth and then you lose traction. But we started losing traction before that, right there. And we're thinking right now the front tire is getting close to that yellow line, but that back tire is what slid out. So the back tire slid out because we accelerated really hard, turning even harder, and trying to pass. So if you're racing your buddies, it's not a good idea to pass like this. Pass on that straightaway. I get it. Like you see MotoGP people pass on turns and everything, but we have knobby tires. We don't have the slicks that they have on MotoGP and the track and everything. And maybe there's a road surface hazard. So there's just, you see how I'm coming up with all these different factors when it comes to a crash? Well, if you start adding too many factors, you can crash or you have a close call. He could have just lost traction, gained traction. That's not what happened here. He low-sided. And then once we hit the ground, let's go back just real quick, just a little bit. That's not flesh. I believe, I hope it's not flesh. No. Okay, so that's fabric. So I believe these are motorcycle jeans because that looks like aramid fibers. So this is like the normal like cotton that you would have on these motorcycle jeans. And then you have a knee insert, hopefully, when it comes to armor. And then this is the aramid fibers being ripped up and the armor is being impacted. But you notice how it's right on the knee. So this is why, as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case something happens. Hopefully we're not the ones causing the crash, because we're speeding, trying to pass on a turn and all that stuff. If something just happens, I'm hoping that you have gear so that we can protect our body just in case. So overall, it's pretty bad.
The double yellow. Let me know when the double yellow line can mean unstable pavement.
Yep.
Always pass on a straight and clear section.
I agree.
A biker from Hamirpur, India.
Oh, India.
Traffic, something that's never
got lots. No, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. We're also filming on 12 frames per second, and we increase our speed. Oh, so how did that happen? Okay, real quick though, we're kind of going in and out. We're doing crazy stuff, putting ourselves in high risk, head-on collision, possibly pedestrians right there. We have a car right there. We're having to speed and go in and out and in and out. It's just not going to be a good situation. We're putting a lot of factors involved.
We're about to see.
And then right here, he sees that there's a side of the vehicle coming up. We pass it, and now we're doing direct steering on the turn, okay? So you see him, he's going to do a direct steering real quick. We're leaning hard. We're basically doing emergency swerves back and forth, and it's not really riding. Riding is just going straight, swerving if you have to, and making easy turns with counter steering. Here, we're putting way too much on the handlebars, and what's going to happen is that we might lose traction, and it's going to kind of jump. And I'm sure some of you guys have done this on a bicycle, like a BMX bike. You accidentally turn it too quick, and it folds the tire a little bit, and then you fall over. That's what's happening here, but we're doing it at higher speed. See? Right there. We're just kind of doing this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not when you're riding at higher speeds. You can do that in the parking lot if you really want to practice your turns and your stuff. You can do that in a parking lot with the Smart Rider drills because we're having to do amazing turns, but you're only going about 15. I don't even think you're doing 20, about 15 miles per hour. You can grab one of these books. It's on pre-order right now. I just got the shipment information so that this should be available July 18th or the 23rd, so in between that time. So I'll be shipping those out. It's on pre-order. Check it out. You get a digital version too. So if you want to practice and put this on your phone, go ahead and do so. You have all these different drills. Put it on your phone. I use a rock form mount. There's a link in the description for that too, for 20% off. But practice that in the parking lot. Don't do that at higher speeds. This is what's going to happen.
He's okay. But weaving like this reduces your control, limits reaction time, and makes you unpredictable to others.
Yep.
So stay in your lane and ride smooth.
Hey, good job, Crash
In
Bandito.
North Carolina, a biker was riding with his friends when a truck did something that makes no sense at all.
Oh, let's find out.
But his friends weren't so lucky.
Okay, so we have a nice little 360 camera on the back. Okay, so somebody pulls out. Nice little switch to the new lane. Oh, his buddy did not. I think we've seen this one before.
But the two riders behind ended up crashing.
So he's going to go rescue.
I blew the horn. You got in shit wrong? Yeah. Okay, is everybody...
So he's walking. That's good. So a little bit of road rash on the arm. Okay.
Ask me that again.
Impact is going to hurt.
Are you okay?
So a little bit of emotional reaction.
You're good?
Thankfully, none of the riders hadn't had anything serious. Just a reminder, wearing proper...
So if it can do that to the bike, it can do that to your body. So let's take a quick look at what happened here. So we're riding. We have a 360 camera, so we can see the car pulling out right there. Okay, cool. So part of the plan method is that that person took our position for safety. We located it. We're assessing, is it a relevant threat? Yes, it's in our lane. So we have to navigate it. So this first rider navigated to a new position into the next lane using an emergency swerve. Now, an emergency swerve sounds crazy. It's not necessarily last second and then I have to emergency swerve. You could just swerve to the next lane in a very calm way as long as you can see the stuff ahead of time. So he does it, right? Now, you see how far back? It's kind of hard to see. That person is way over here. Way over there. They have time to do that. Now, what did the truck do? Last second. So why did we... You see how he has his foot down? How did we fall and crash before the car? A little bit of a panic, right? Why did that front end fall down on the motorcycle? We slammed that front brake. Okay, so not everything involves applying a ton of brakes. Now, you can do progressive braking where you're applying a little bit to buy yourself some time, like, where's my escape route? And your escape route is close to this line as possible and swerve out of the way. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. You don't want to slam the brakes when something comes at you because that's a panic move. Find your escape, go for the escape, get yourself in a new position for safety. So yeah, he didn't hit the vehicle, the bike did, but still.
The first biker dodged the
and the other guy behind him also crashed. That's not a good thing.
truck, but the two riders behind ended up crashing.
I blew the horn. You got in shit wrong? Yeah. Okay, is everybody okay?
So make sure you guys wear gear, start anticipating some of these things, and swerving is good at these higher speeds because braking, you're going to have your total stopping distance way too much. You're not going to be able to stop in time at these speeds. It's best to slow down as much as you can and then swerve or swerve as quick as possible.
Paid off here, so dress for the slide, not
to a new position.
In Bali, Indonesia.
In Bali, we're going to see some more craziness, I bet.
Just 2 hours earlier, heavy rain had drenched the roads.
Ooh,
and when you add
road surface hazards?
It of course creates trouble.
Road surface hazards with some water, maybe some oil. So it's not like we're going fast right here. Now we are. Oh, right before the crash. 124 kilometers, I'm assuming kilometers per hour. And that's about 75 miles per hour. So not super high speeds, but maybe for the area. We dumped the bike. Once again, same thing. Slam that front brake. why did we
rider
slam the
was
front
fine.
brake?
He had no injuries.
Got a little too close maybe to the other riders.
He said he was just braking lightly. But even light braking on wet roads can cause a loss of traction. In the rain, it's better to ride slower.
So light braking, even in rain, can cause loss of traction. It can. It can. If you're doing good progressive braking where you're giving a little bit of weight on the front tire and you continuously do that, more and more weight, you can stop in wet conditions. The only problem here, and you think about the different factors, is our front tire. Does it have tread? Is it getting worse? Is it getting bald? Are you having wires showing up in your tire? You start having that issue. Yeah, then applying brakes when you have a bald tire is not going to be good. So make sure you check your tires, make sure it has good tread. Maybe he's applying brakes in oil, because there could be the water gets to lift the oil up. That could be a problem. There's a bunch of different reasons why light rain and applying light brakes can cause you to crash. But this right here, very high speed, probably applied too much too quickly. And so in wet roads, you have to have more, you're going to have more of a total stopping distance because your braking distance is increased because you have less traction. So understand when you're riding in the rain, you're going to have to give yourself more time to stop at that stoplight, more time, more space between you and the vehicle in front of you. You're going to have to give it more time on that acceleration. You don't want to give it too much because the rear tire will spin on wet roads sometimes if you give it too much. Same thing with turning. Easier turns. It means lower speeds.